Hey everyone. So today we're talking about translating and meaning in context. Today's lesson we're going to focus on translating. We'll spend a different day on meaning in context. Okay, so and I like this quote from Epictetus. First, learn the meaning of what you say, then speak. Thought that was pretty appropriate for every situation. Okay, so our primary focus for right now is we're going to translate English into math because pretty much what they're talking about is word problems. So we're going to use translation, bite-sized pieces, process of elimination to solve questions. We talk about creating and solving equations and inequalities for grid-ins. And then a different lesson will be about meaning and context. So, all right. So here it says many SAT problems require you to turn English into math. Let's start by going over some of the more common translations you'll need to know. So first one is the word what. Oh, sorry, please ignore the sounds of my washing machine in the background. So first the word what. The math equivalent of what would be a variable. Usually we use X, but you could use anything you want really. And then this one is our word, did, does. All of that means equals. Cat. Sorry, my cat's always right on top of me. Okay. Or you could also use the math symbol. So those of you who don't know how to use, some of you are really good at this. Some of you are less familiar. You could put math symbols, same way that you put a text box. So I'm going to put a math symbol here. I'm going to use the equal sign. And if I wanted to shift this box, I use this, and then I can shift it. See that? Okay. All right, so next phrase is more than. So when they say more than, it could mean that they're adding something, but usually if they're talking about it in terms of an inequality, it's the greater than sign, right? So greater than, which is this symbol, and then less than, but it could also mean, if you're not talking about in terms of if you're not talking about an inequality, it could also mean taking away something like a subtraction. Now, the word at least, that is greater than or equal to. And we're going to put that math symbol. Here we are. Let's put it over here. Greater than or equal to. That's what that looks like. Okay, and then this one, no more than. I'm sure you probably guessed it already. That one's going to be less than or equal to. Shift that down. There we go. And put in a math symbol right here of less than or equal to. There we go. Okay. Oops. Okay. How much greater than? That phrase. So when it says how much greater than something, that means you need to subtract. The word of means multiply. The word out of usually means you need to divide. The word per could go either way. So it does depend on the context of it. You need to read it a little bit because it usually means divide, but it could also mean multiply. Percent is always out of 100, right? So you have to divide by 100. Sum is addition. Difference means to subtract. A product is when you multiply. And then a quotient is when you divide. And there we go. Filled in our whole table. Okay, so chances are you guys are already pretty familiar with percent problems. There are definitely a lot of percent problems. This falls into the category of data analysis. Usually, is where they put percents. Data analysis is the second largest category for math questions on the SAT. The first one being algebra. So this one, a student has $60 and must purchase textbooks costing a total of $42. What percent of the $60 does the student need to spend on the textbooks? So I'm going to let you guys do this. Okay, that'll be your tryout problem, but let me know if you need help.